I heard of Arabella Dorman, the war artist. She was put in touch by a mutual friend, and we talked together about her trip to Greece, and she really wanted to do something over Christmas in London to highlight the terrible events that were happening day after day.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming. So how do you feel about getting a boat up into the heavens?
Excited.
Yeah? Good. I like that.
She asked if she could hang a boat. Originally we thought it was going to be not quite in the main part of the church, but as the discussions went on, we both realised that was the only place to hang it, and it needed to be big and simple and effective to tell that story.
I think I know what it's going to look like, but I think I'm probably going to be a bit surprised about how big it is, because it's 8 metres and I'm not really quite sure how big 8 metres is.
The church is very ritualistic. We celebrate Christmas year after year, we celebrate Easter year after year, and it's really important that the ancient traditions are maintained, told again. At the same time, there is never a Christmas like the last Christmas that you've celebrated, so it has to be contemporary. So you put together the ancient and the contemporary, and that seems to me the best of what religion can do in a society that's often quite confused about who it is.
So when the refugees land, the first thing they do is to puncture the boats if they can, because they're told by the traffickers that they will be sent to Turkey. And the minute they're ashore, they take their life jackets off. I think this is something they identify with, a very terrifying, traumatic experience.
It's just seeing the sand on them, you know. Just looking at that. That's obviously from the beach. You can't forget. That's why it's so important that they're real, isn't it?
Human was in it.
Somebody was in this, and was terrified.
For us to say that the Christmas story is as much about violence as it is about love, that's why we told this refugee story this Christmas. Mary, Joseph and Jesus had to run away because Herod was slaughtering children. And there's no clearer parallel between that story and today's society than the refugee crisis, the migrant crisis in Europe.
That's enough of an angle. For nearly a decade, I've been working as a war artist, exploring the human face of conflict and its consequences. But nowhere have I been so overwhelmed by the repercussions of war than in the human drama unfolding on the beaches of Lesbos. This is my cry. It's a cry of anguish. It is a plea that this suffering cannot go on.
Well, I came to a wedding in this church about a week ago and was absolutely stunned by this boat, because somehow it shows the fragility of the difficulty the refugees have travelling in this terribly precarious boat and cramming people in. And you see the documentaries on television and everything, but seeing it in reality here brings home the poignancy and the terrible things people are going through to get away from Syria.
I'm so happy to be able to be here. I'm currently based in Afghanistan. We're the second largest group of refugees that are coming to Europe. And so I understand the desperation of the people and the fact that they would take their small children onto vessels like this across terrible seas to try and get to what they believe would be a better life.
I'm very close to tears every time I look at it. We have so many hundreds of thousands of people who have been uprooted, whose connection to their people and their family and their culture has been torn. And what are we going to do with it? What can we recreate with them?
Occasionally people have said, I don't like it. A couple of people have said they found it too wearing, you know, to have it in front of them all the time. Again, we don't make any apology for that. It's intentionally disruptive, but it has been quite a thing to live with it day by day. And so that's been another reaction. People have they want it to go. They don't want to think about it anymore. And of course, you know, I understand that's a human reaction.